So it all started back in New Orleans in 2014. I attended a conference and listened to a lecture from Stanford professor Jeffrey Pfeffer. The title of his presentation really grabbed my attention. It said, "Workplaces are killing people and nobody cares." And he outlined some really shocking statistics about bad workplaces and the negative effects they had on employees. At that moment, I knew I had to try and do something to improve things. We began to research the marketplace to see what was being done at the moment to address the problem. And it really surprised me that there was no globally recognised standard to certify organisations as healthy workplaces. So we decided to create one. First, we needed to build a model and methodology that would have real depth and credibility. This process started with an extensive literature review focusing on organisational behaviour, occupational psychology and occupational health. We held discussions with thought leaders, academics and professionals, and we reviewed other models. It was during this process, actually in 2016, that we discovered the work of Israeli-American sociologist Aaron Antonovsky. We were intrigued by his salutogenic approach to health, turning away from defining health as the absence of illness, instead using a much more holistic approach, proactively viewing it from a preventative perspective, focusing on creating a coherent individual who would be resilient and ready to cope in a changing world. This led to the design of our theoretical construct, producing an initial model that contained 78 statements with 4 pillars and 21 categories. We introduced a series of principles and a criteria for certification. And in 2017, we commissioned our first independent research where we tested the model with a statistically representative sample of over 1,000 employees with data weighted by gender, age and employment status. With only 2 employees at this stage, we began to create branding, playing with a number of potential names and brand identities, including Well at Work, but finally settling on Healthy Place to Work. This was followed closely by the development of our promotional video, which we were very, very proud of. It really captured the many challenges that people faced in today's world, and it proposed that work could be the solution rather than the problem. 2018 saw robust model testing, applying principal component analysis, reliability testing to categories, and finally redundancy testing that led to a reduction in the statements and improvement in the language to aid comprehension. We began our initial pilots in Ireland with Musgraves, Sky, Enterprise Ireland, Laya Healthcare were part of the AIG group, the Irish Rugby Football Union, Leinster Rugby and Workit, and later with the National Shared Services Office and British Telecom. A further set of statistical analysis was conducted, leading to our final 66 statement survey. At this point, we introduced our Healthy Place development plan, asking organisations to submit details of their vision, practices, supports and ways they promote health in their organisation. This document used the latest change management approaches and would act as a guide on their journey. A big moment in 2018 as we certified our very first Healthy Place to Work. That was the IRFU and Leinster Rugby, followed by BT, Laya Healthcare and Spectrum 10X, with more to come in 2019, including version 1, Euro Car Parks and Salesforce. We also sponsored the Chartered Institute of Personnel Development, their annual conference. We presented at a range of events in the UK, in Sweden and at the WorkHuman conference in Austin, Texas. And finally, we got the chance to meet and interview our inspiration in Barcelona. That was Professor Jeffrey Pfeffer. 2020 has seen more clients certified and we look forward to our international launch in Europe, Asia and in the US in 2021. Hopefully, you'll be able to make our mission a reality and make the world a healthy place to work.